What is up, guys? It's Brilliameister here, and welcome to my mid-level AFK money making guide. This is episode 6 of the AFK money making series, and to check out all my previous episodes there is a link to the series playlist in the description below. Today's episode I discuss how to easily and efficiently kill gargoyles for maximum profit at a mid-level. The requirements for this method are actually fairly low. All you need is 75 plus Slayer, that's to actually be able to kill the monsters, 80 plus in the relevant combat stats, so we'll be using magic, and defense also helps as well, although it is achievable with lower stats, you'll just be less efficient at it. 70 plus prayer is recommended for the augury prayer, however if you have 95, using torment is even better. You'll need a rock hammer. It is required to finish the kill and can be made automatic if you've bought the ability from a Slayer Master with Slayer points. Alternatively, if you have a legendary pet, you can have the Slayer Finisher perk on that and it will achieve the same thing. This is the breakdown for the gains with this method. The total loot that you can expect per hour is approximately 3 to 4 mil GP. However, there are a couple of costs that you need to take into consideration. You will use approximately 90 to 100 springs per hour from your spring cleaner, and this will cost you 450k per hour. I've also allowed 150k an hour for any potions that you might use whilst doing this method, for example any overloads or super potions, prayer potions, that kind of thing, anything that you use whilst doing this method. So with all these costs deducted, it will leave your profit anywhere between 2.4 to 3.4 mil per hour. Depends how high level you are and what kind of gear setup and how efficiently you're doing them. In addition to this, you'll also get some decent XP of around 400 to 500k magic XP per hour. The two fastest and easiest ways of getting to the gargoyles is using the Dungeoneering cape to teleport to the Slayer Tower resource dungeon, and home teleporting to the Canifis lodestone. The fastest and first way to get there is with the Dungeoneering cape. After you've teleported to the resource dungeon, you just need to run into the Slayer Tower, go up all of the stairs on the east hand side all the way to the top floor, and this is where the gargoyles are located. There is another spot if you run across the bridge to the west, go over the agility shortcut and up the stairs on the east hand side, not the west. If you go up the west you'll end up with abyssal demons, but if you go up the ones on the east hand side you'll get to some stairs on the east where you can go up, and there will be some gargoyles up there as well. There's a few more of them here, so you'll be able to get slightly more GP and XP per hour. With the teleport to the lodestone method, all you have to do is run to the Slayer Tower and follow exactly the same directions as you did for the Dungeoneering cape method of getting there. In your equipment slots, you want to wear a Slayer helm if you are on a Slayer task. This will increase your damage and your kill speed quite significantly. If not, just use Anima Core, Virtus, or even a Subjugation helm will work completely fine. For the necklace slot, I use a Blood Fury necklace. It helps you keep on full hit points. It will keep you there pretty much all the time. You won't really have to do anything to keep your life points up. The body and leg slot, I use any tier 80 or tier 70 power gear. Personally I use Anima Core, but Virtus or Subjugation armor will work just fine. If possible, you want to make sure that you have Demon Slayer and Caroming perks on your armor, as it will speed up your kills quite significantly and it increases your DPS. For the gloves, you want to make sure you have Cinderbane gloves if possible, as they're the king of DPS on anything that is poisonable, but if you haven't got the money for them or just don't have them for any reason, Virtus or Subjugation gloves will work fine as well, and if you really are on a tight budget, Lunar gloves will work just as well. With the ring, it isn't the most important slot. I use the Luck of the Dwarfs, but you can use the Asylum Surgeon's ring or the Ring of Vigour for slightly faster kill speed. Really any ring you want to use will be fine. In the boot slot, again you can use any tier 70 plus power boots for maximising your DPS. I use Virtus, but Subjugation works fine. Alternatively, you can use the Silverhawk boots and gain a bit of passive agility XP, or if not, they are just a good free boot option which does offer some slight bonuses. With the weapon, you want to use with the weapon slot you want to use a Noxious staff or Chaotic staff, or really any best in slot that you have magic weapon. Crystal Staff or an attuned Crystal Staff will work almost as well. You'll just get slightly slower kill speed and a bit less money per hour. Large rune pouch is not crucial to this method, but it does help with a bit of inventory management. You can stick your runes in there for your spells along with the runes for alchemy, and it just saves a bit of inventory space. Lastly, for the aura, it's not particularly important here as you're not going to be using a massive amount of prayer points or anything like that. However, if you do want to use an aura, I recommend the Reverence or the Penance aura, as it will just reduce your costs slightly per hour. For your inventory setup, the setup's actually quite easy. All you need to take with you is some overloads or the best potions that you have. Extremes or super potions work fine as well. Some aggression potions, these allow you to AFK fully other than area looting from the ground. Prayer potions to keep your prayer topped up, as you will be using Augury or Torment to increase your DPS. The Spring Cleaner, this is the most important part of your setup, and make sure it's set to break down all of the rune salvage. This is where a bulk of your GP will come from, and if you have it, take the Dungeoneering skill cape with you, as this allows you to have the faster teleports to get here. For the method that you can see on screen now, it's very simple. I'm doing this on the roof of the Slayer Tower, on the top floor, which is the floor just underneath this one. The method is exactly the same. It can also be transferred to Curadel's dungeon if you're there, but you can only kill them there if you're on a Slayer task. However, if you are there, that is where you'll get the best GP and best XP. You need to make sure that you have your Spring Cleaner set to break down any rune salvage into GP, and also while you're there you can set it to dismantle anything that's mid or below, and this will allow you to get some components as well along the way, as well as money whilst doing this method. If you have got a gem bag, it's not necessary, but bring it with you, as it will stop your inventory getting all clogged up with emeralds and stuff as you area loot the floor. But it's not the end of the world if you don't, because most of the drops that you'll be picking or area looting will be stackable, so once your inventory is full you just won't loot any more emeralds or sapphires. Stand roughly in the centre of the room, use your aggression potion, and the gargoyles will all automatically come to you from there, and you can AoE them down. You need to make sure that you have your Revolution ++ active, and put your AoE abilities near the beginning of your bar, e.g. your Corruption Blast, your Chain, your Dragon Breath, and also your ultimates like Tsunami and Sunshine are also good abilities to maximise your DPS. You can AFK here for a few minutes at a time, and then all you have to do is click the floor to area loot everything and just click loot all, and anything that's not been broken down by your Spring Cleaner then just gets picked up. This is a really good method for medium level players. I probably wouldn't recommend it for high level players. There are better AFK money making methods out there if you're a high level player, but for medium level players that are looking to save up a bit of GP to get their next bit of gear or help to pay for any buyable 99s that they still have to do, this is a great method to get yourself started and start working up the ladder to higher level methods in the future. Thank you all very much for watching this guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you all to making a bit more GP and helping you on to future content in the game. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell icon to see all of my future RS3 content, guides, Slayer vlogs, etc. There's also a link in the description to my previous money making guide, and also to the playlist with all of my money making guides. Along with that, there's also links to everything that I use in my new PC setup. So thank you all for watching. See ya.